Good morning. How's everyone doing? No, I haven't slept yet. So, I don't know what today's gonna look like because I haven't done this since I haven't done that in years. Still awake. So we'll see what happens. But boy, am I tired. I had that energy drink called Prime yesterday, and I don't really drink the energy drinks besides coffee. I have coffee and pre-workout pretty much every day, but I had this energy drink, and I was wired. Yeah, Prime must have something in it because I have a pretty high tolerance to caffeine, I thought. But I was absolutely wired. So, still haven't slept. I guess it's just one of those days. Before we get into it, I'm hosting a 20% off on my one-on-one sessions. All right, it's only lasting for 10 people. Go into my pinned tweet. I can actually share it here in the chat. Here's my pinned tweet. And after those 10 people, I'm probably going to limit it down. And, you know, it's also a... if you trade for full time, you can write this stuff off. All right. Investing in your education is always key. You drink G Fuel. Ghost is good also. I've had Ghost. I've had all those as well. Maybe it's not why it's allowed in Norway. Maybe. I don't know, but something was in that stuff. Crazy. All right, let's get into it. I haven't even looked at charts yet, so I'm gonna look at this for the first time right now. SPY, right? Nice double bottom last week, right? Then we saw this move to the upside. We saw this consolidation phase, nice breakout over 411.64, right? And then we saw that continuation to this next resistance above. Once we saw this resistance, we saw a nice little pullback, and now we are basically opening flat. If everyone can drop a like on the video, that'd be fantastic. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about the market. So, what's the situation for today? Right, we have this previous resistance from last week as well that we couldn't get over, and we were creating these lower and lower highs. Right, so if 415 can't break this week, then we're probably just going to stay within this range, right? We're in this big range right here from 415 to 403 or so, 404. All right, so this is the range that we need to break. Okay. What's going on, Xavier? Anyone do anything good this weekend? It's Monday, right? Yeah. I'm like lost. My brain is fried from not sleeping. But it looks like it's going to be a nice day out. Right now, I'm in New York City. It's 63 degrees. Feeling good. It's going to be 77 degrees here today. Wow. Let's go. You know what that means. That means get in a trade, win, and go outside for the rest of the day. That's what that means. You won 12K? What's DFS? You built a shelter to barbecue in the rain? That's pretty badass. You passed the state life insurance test. Congratulations. Everyone drop a congrats to Genuine. That's big. Vegas for Hawaiian concert. That's pretty cool. I'm going to Vegas very soon. By the way. 61 in Arizona. I love Arizona. Arizona's amazing. Scottsdale. Oh, Daily Fantasy. Awesome. About 3 years, Simon. Yeah, I can go over Amazon. So let's cover SPY, right? So 415 needs to break. We also need to see a break over 413.87. Let me change this red. And I can remove this as well. Right? 413.87 is this double top here. Right? One from Wednesday and then Friday. Okay. If this can break, we should see a push up to 415. And then once we break that, we should see a high a day or a high of last week. Right? Last week? Yeah. High of last week retest. Right? If not, then I'm looking for a bounce off of this zone. Right? This previous support here. Right? Previous support, acted as support again, acted as support. Right? Was a resistance. Was a support. If we come back down to this zone here, look for a bounce for more continuation. No, I'm going for a bachelor party. When is F1 there in Vegas? Does the gap below worry me? Nothing should really worry you. You should just play the levels, right? If this, then that. If we see a move below 410.2, most likely we're going to see a retest of this wedge. I mean, of this gap. If I say something wrong, it's because I'm literally fried. My brain is just... No sleep kills you. Oh, November? No, I'm going in June. Like in 3 weeks. Yeah, I'm going in 3 weeks. Okay, so that's SPY. VIX, let's redo. All right. So, starting to build potentially higher lows. All right, we have this clean resistance here, right? Was a support, acted as a resistance numerous times, acted as a resistance again, broke through. Now we're within the same level, right? So this 19.86 level, massive level, gonna set an alert right below it. If we retest that, need to watch for a huge move, right? I'm also gonna set an alert at the low from Friday around, what was this? Right around 16.7. 16.69. You're going to Barcelona? That's awesome. I will be in Vegas. My buddy's bachelor party. So these are the two major levels that I'm keeping an eye on VIX. Right, 19.86 and 16.69. Apple, nice breakout last week. Huge push through this resistance zone. Right, we had multiple rejection across the board here. Broke through, and we started creating this flag. Right, actually, it's kind of a rising wedge. right? This is a rising wedge. Interesting. Okay, so wait. This and SPY, if we reject 413.87 and Apple looks weak, right, we could definitely see him move back down to 170.5. Yeah, I like that rising wedge. Looks pretty decent. We'll keep an eye. Right, if this rejects, if we see it move back up to 174.3 and it rejects, right, great area to take a short. Google still in this range, right? We've been chopping sideways for so long, but we do have a nice setup here, right? Higher lows, lower highs. Price action is getting tighter and tighter, right? That means a setup and a big move is coming, right? Are we finally going to break out of this zone that we've been bouncing off of since around the middle of March? Right, so for a few months now, we've just been sideways. Need to keep an eye on it. Rivian, nice breakout last week. Right, I sold puts here. Right, I'm in with EK on this. I think I have 12.5. Yeah, I think I have 12.5 puts that I sold, not bought. Just make sure you guys know the difference. I'm pretty sure that expires next week, though. Tesla up 1.7% here in pre-market. Great breakout last week, right? We had this lower high, higher low, flag consolidation. Perfect breakout on Friday with a move right up to this previous resistance. Right now we're opening up at 173. We don't really have resistance until this support here, right? 176. Absolutely, Simon. Right? You don't need all the funky indicators. All right, learn price action. Learn support and resistance. Am I planning to own Rivian long term? No. Not a long term play for me. But selling puts because the premiums are nice. All right, and if you haven't seen in the Discord, we added a ton of channels. Our futures, that's pretty active. Forex, if you want, crypto alerts. We have a ton of other stuff. Okay, so make sure you go check that out. And if you don't want to look at that stuff, then you can mute the channel. Okay. $159, you thought? If everyone could drop a like on the video, I'd appreciate it. Turn notifications on too. I live stream every day, Monday to Thursday, and then Spaces on Friday. Right, so I'll be here every single day. If you guys have any questions, right now is your time to ask me, and I'll respond via voice. Okay. Let's try and find a good setup for open. Nvidia, Netflix has just been consolidating here too. this could be a potentially good swing. That's a good swing trade. Right, we formed a nice base over this resistance, right, as well as this resistance here. Right, previous support, acted as resistance, acted as support. Right, lower and lower highs, bouncing off the zone here, right, just like I mentioned. If this can start to curl to the upside, looks solid, right? BT clouds flipping on the 2 hour here. Let's take a look at the daily. All right, look at the daily here. All right, if this could start to break out, might look solid for a nice swing. So maybe we'll look at that on the challenge account instead of playing a scalp or something. Coin, great breakout, right? Had this double bottom last week and then gapped up and saw a continuation. All right, so just set an alert towards the high of that move and watch for a continued push. Am I on the 1 hour chart trying to spot patterns? Would I use the 1 hour for weeks out options and not the 5 minute for? No, I like looking at the higher time frames. You could do either, right? You can look at this. I like looking at that for intraday, right? But the price action I'm looking at right now is from last week, right? So I want to take a look at the overall setup and make sure I have a general idea of, you know, where we are, right? But I'm always constantly switching between all the time frames. Right, you should always be looking at multiple time frames. Meta, Amazon. Amazon actually looks like it has a bear flag. Right, this is a nice bear flag. All right, if I flip this inverse, most people are trading this long. All right, I'm looking for a move to the upside. All right, this is the inverse chart now, but this is what most people are probably going to do. You know, chart it like this or something. Right, and if we take the fibs, we're probably right off the 0.5. Yeah, so right off the 0.5. So looks pretty good, honestly. Amazon looks pretty weak if it rejects this 0.5 level. We'll see what happens. We are at a huge level here, right? This previous support can now potentially act as a resistance. We'll keep an eye. We'll move this up a bit. Boeing breakdown again. Hasn't been able to see that continuation at all. What chart setting? You can actually copy my exact chart settings. I have a video of it on my channel. So just go to my channel, click videos, and I'm pretty sure it's one of my recent videos of, and it's called like how to copy my chart. You can copy my exact format. Just trying to find a setup here for open. Ideally, I'd like to be done quick today and try and sleep. Haven't slept. Oh, it's Jeppy. That's not a day trading stock. All right, let's take a look at Qs on a smaller time frame. You got it. You got it. What's up, Seablast? Tesla. Yeah, Tesla, right? Maybe I'll look at this at open. Maybe we'll see a nice continuation. Push to 176. Let's take a look at the higher time frames. Oh, I just realized we broke out from this high here from March 31st. We saw a nice breakout here. That's clean. All right, we should definitely keep an eye for continuation, right? We also have to fill this gap that we're in. All right, so Tesla is going to be a top watch. It's also very strong here pre-market. So let's look at this for a continuation play, right? Any dip we could potentially buy up. All right, so that's what we'll look at. Okay. Yeah, VIX. Yeah, VIX, I'm just watching this 19.86 and the 16.69. Right, we have a long ways to go to reach 19.886, but massive, massive zone here. Tesla is showing continued strength here. It's pushing over 2% now. And SPY was pushing up towards this 413 level, but it rejected here in pre-market. Apple's showing a lot of weakness here, right? It's now at the bottom of this wedge. All right, so that could definitely hold back SPY today if that shows continued weakness. Let's see what events we got this week. Let me pull up the calendar. Glad you asked. Is there a way to view two channels in Discord at once? I'm working on it. It's this app here. Let's see if it will load. We just created. We actually just rebuilt it. Right here. Let me sign in. All right, so here it is. Authorize. And boom. If I could extend this. All right, it's going to look like this. And you'll be able to view any single user. Right, you can view any single channel, and they all load in real time. So you'll be able to see all that. All right, you can also add a deck. For example, bull trades, and then you can add a specific channel. And you can view multiple channels at once. Just still working on it. It should be done soon. We're just getting all the bugs out. Okay. All right, market talk, add deck, and then it adds that deck. All right, and you can also type directly from it. Yeah, Ghost just uploaded a video yesterday. Seablast also just retweeted it, I'm pretty sure. All right, so now, for example, here's you could track anyone. All right, so if you want to follow, all right, let's say Seablast. All right, this is like the first version. So it's a little slow, but you can just type in a user. Wants to load. And then you add the deck. And there you go. You could see all messages. Oops. All messages from them in any single channel. Right, CB Challenge, Market Talk, announcements, all directly in one tab. Right, so you'll never miss a message again. You can also turn notifications on. Right, so you'll get all notifications just from one individual user. That's not possible in Discord. Now, this makes it possible. You can also increase the font. Increase this image size, decrease it, all that. Okay. But what I'm doing is I'm creating a great referral system around it, right? So you guys could be rewarded. 1 minute to market open. Let's transition into the Discord. Appreciate all you being here. I will see you in the Discord. Thanks for stopping by.